And now, a word from the great Rupert.
All right, hey, it's the great Rupert here in Laurel, Maryland. I'm sleeping in Snackboy's old bed. It's kind of a carpet right now. Everyone's real. There's a real set here. There's no actors. It's like you got it. They got little stickers. This is the real thing. For all you skeptics out there, it's no controversy. It's here. We went to the Denny's. We had some food. I had the barbecued chicken with a little extra barbecue sauce on the side to dip the French fries in. And you all got to make the what's it called? The pilgrimage to Mecca too. Toodles.
And now, back to your regularly scheduled snack.
Remember the Lazy Susan dinner theater? I might not have called it I did call it the Lazy Susan. Anyway, I was working the Lazy Susan dinner theater. Oh, I'm being so rude. Hello and welcome to another episode of Snackboy. I'm coming at you live from Pasadena, California, God's country, from the floor of the Astro Motel. And in case you're wondering, it's actually true. I actually do the show live from the floor of the motel. And just in case you want to know a little bit more about my environment, in case you're curious, because, I know it gets limiting when you can only see this certain window. But just to let your imagination run, just to let it have a little break. You should know that I'm lying on a blanket that is comprised of pictures of ducks. Yes, many ducks. And the funny thing is, I've had this blanket for quite some time, for years. This blanket has been with me. Before Snackboy was Snackboy, when I was just a lad. But anyway, to today's snack. So there we were. I was working at the Lazy Susan dinner theater, and I was hanging out with this crazy kid named Josh and this other one who I think we remember named David. And do you remember them for the fact that Dave got pulled over by the police one night while we were all racing to Denny's, and when the police officer said, "What are you doing going 100 miles per hour, boy?" he said, "Oh, it's okay, officer. We were just racing to Denny's." Well, guess what? There's more to the story. Let's go to Denny's. At Denny's, we all said, Denny's is cool, but Denny's is going to be open all night, because in Woodbridge, Virginia, where the Lazy Susan Dinner Theater lives and exists to this day, doing shows for your family and friend entertainment, like nonsense, the Denny's was open all night. So we decided we were going to go to the karaoke bar, the Chinese Chinese or is it Japanese? I don't know. I guess Chinese karaoke bar, sing a little karaoke. I like to refer to karaoke as karaoke, and have a couple drinks. Now, back in the day when Snackboy was just 21-ish, we're going back a few years now, when Snackboy was a little younger, Snackboy drank a little too much, and I'm going to make this my good deed of the day. Kids, if you're going to drive, don't drink. But I used to drink a lot, and Josh was driving, and I would drink to a point where I was in the zone. I was in the zone of horrible, horrible drunkenness, people. I was in the gutter. I was in the pit. And that night, Josh made me try a drink I had never tried before. It was referred to as a Smurf piss, and I'd never heard of it. It was a blue drink, and I might have told you about it in another snack, but it comes on fire. You blow it out, and you blow out the fire just as you're about to drink it. And as the Smurf piss makes its way down your body, you can feel the heat because it was on fire. And it's blue carousel and some other drinks. It might as well be blue kerosene. That drink was so freaking strong, that after that, in one beer, I was knocked off my ass, people. I was knocked off my ass. I was so drunk, I was like, just a total freaking mess. Not something you want to take home to mama. So we went to Denny's. We went to Denny's, and they said Terry needs to get some food in his stomach, quick. So I said, the waitress came around, the big beehive kind of waitress, and she said, "Where's it going to be?" Because in Woodbridge, Virginia, if you go to Denny's, that's how they're going to talk. What's it going to be, honey? What's it going to be? So I said, the fried chicken basket. And tried not to vomit. Tried not to get sick. She said, with French fries. I said, with French fries, please. So she goes, and just when the food's coming to the table, and Josh and Dave are just looking at me, waiting for me to get sick all over the Denny's table, just then, when the food gets to the table, she sets the green plastic Denny's basket. You know it well. Don't tell me you've never had the fried chicken basket. The chicken strips, they're pretty good. If you dip it in the honey mustard, they're even better. A little barbecue honey mustard mix is what I used to do. When that smell, when the aroma, when the steam of the chicken came up and hit yours truly in the face, every little bit of alcohol and every bit of food and bagel in my stomach, every chunk, every corn, every pea, every little yellow and green and brown something that wanted to bubble up out of my system and spew all over the table, every sign was a go. So I knew I had to make it to the bathroom. So I started stumbling. Excuse me, I said to the waitress. Excuse me. And I started walking through the restaurant, and everyone was spinning, and the place was spinning, and my head and my tummy was spinning, and I made it to the toilet. I don't know how. There was only one toilet in this restaurant. I slammed the door shut, I locked it, and I plunged to the floor, almost out cold, lying on the cold, wet, grimy tile linoleum, hugging the toilet. And let me tell you, this toilet felt so good. It felt better than hugging the most beautiful stripper in the world, if you're into that sort of thing. It felt so good that this toilet felt like an oasis in the desert, like water to the grieving in need of water. This toilet, I pressed my cheek against it like a baby, like a cherub, just felt like an orangutan hugging his mama. I felt so good, and at the same time, so very bad. And just finally made my way up to the toilet, threw up on it. Every chunk of kernel of corn and just stuff in my stomach. And I got on the toilet and I sat there and I felt so much at peace, so alone in my own little world, this bathroom. I never wanted to leave. I wanted to pay rent. I wanted to stay forever. And just then someone knocked on the door. It was a cowboy. You say, Snackboy, how'd you know it was a cowboy? Because it was Woodbridge, Virginia, and because they were wearing cowboy boots. I looked down and saw the cowboy boots. Hey, buddy, there's a police officer who stands guard on the weekend night standing outside this door. If you don't get out of there and right smart, tootin' quick, he's going to arrest your ass and throw you in the jail for drunk and disorderly. And from what I could make out of that, it meant I better get up. So I tried to get up. Thank you, sir. Can't move. And he said, okay, but I warned you, buddy boy. I warned you, buddy. I warned you, buddy. So he left. And just then my friend Josh came in, and he said, Terry. I said, what? Josh? Josh? Was that you? I'm sick. He said, Terry, open the door. Too much energy. He started laughing at me. Open the door, Terry. Too much energy. No can do, Josh. No can do. He said, your chicken's getting cold. I went, yeah. And just then Josh climbed over the stall. He was too big to get under. He climbed over the stall, and he said, we got to get you out of here. And he led me by the cop and somehow smuggled me out. So people, my moral is, and I know what you're saying, I don't watch Snackboy for a moral. I watch it to be enlightened, to get away from the cares of the world for 5 frickin' minutes of the day. Terry, is that too much? But there needs to be a moral today. If you find yourself in a Denny's, especially in Woodbridge, Virginia, and you are really, 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 really drunk, my suggestion is to get on the floor, lock the door, and it feels really good.